Frank McCulloch shares his love for painting.
New Mexico landscapes. What is it about the landscapes that makes you have to paint them?
I'm from New Mexico. I was born here, and my mother's from an old-time New Mexican family, and my wife from an old-time New Mexican family. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's in me, and that's sort of what I want to do, and I'm happy when I'm working with it, you know. Or when I'm out in it, of course. Maybe sketching, maybe photographing, maybe just looking, you know.
How do these images come to you before you paint them? Is that a process of spending time in nature?
It's direct looking at things, but then it's probably stuff burning in your mind a little bit, and it'll come out later in the painting, sometime from an actual specific, you know, thing that I've seen, a scape. Other times, maybe semi-abstracted from that. Other times, just coming out of my brain, you know. but it always seems to end up a landscape anyway.
Can you tell me a little bit about how color speaks to you and works its way into your paintings?
I think that artists will tend to fall into different categories. Some are more graphic, and then there's the colorists. I think I fall in the category of being a colorist. So every time when I get a painting, I start with color and start with kind of broad shapes. I do use a lot of underpainting. Mm-hmm. Quite often you'll have different colors and opposite colors, you know, for underpainting is underneath. I really enjoy having it show through just a little bit, and sometimes getting to more transparent colors on the top.
Can you tell us a story about a time where you had to overcome, you know, an obstacle to creating your artwork?
Well, there have been times when you have the equivalent of a writer's block. And again, I sort of turned to a sort of a Puritan ethic almost about the best thing to do is just make yourself go to work. Sometimes you can work in another art form, or particularly, you know, maybe go get in a drawing group so I can work with a model where, you know, where you sort of go in and you have to draw for 2 hours or whatever, and sort of try to fill time up that way, and then sort of let it come, and it will usually come back, you know. It's just a matter of coming to the place where you work, but sort of putting yourself back in the environment and kind of waiting for something to happen, you know.
How important is that to you, that you kind of help the next generation of artists?
That's very important. I'm proud of that. And I think there's a lot of students that I taught that are now full-time professionals. So that feels very good. And to tell the truth, a lot of times you traded back and forth with some things that you saw that the students did too, you know. It was a two-way street.
Sure.
Very much so.
Who inspired you, or what inspires you?
I think the colorists mainly. The Washington School colorists in the 60s, thinking of Kenneth Noland, Jules Olitsky, the crowd directly following abstract expressionism. And Mark Rothko is a big hero. And probably Rembrandt, wonderful colorist. I mean, he spoke, either one of them spoke so much about color with a very small variation of color. I've always liked working with New Mexican music, some of those songs are 400, 700, 800 years old, going back to their roots in Europe. And somehow my music, I think, maybe comes together with a painting and printing and so forth. And I think it's probably all part of being a New Mexican, something that celebrates where we live. And I think for that reason, the music that I do play plays very much into my entire life. Ya las quiero a cantar a las canciones de anteayer, recordando a mis abuelos, todo eso se va a sostener. Hay romances y corridos de valor y de emoción, especialmente para viejo, la indita y la relación. Ya cantemos en el alba a la mujer y al corazón. Valentina Delgadina, por Guadalupe, la última canción. Hay romances y corridos de valor y de emoción, especialmente para viejo, la indita y la relación. La indita y la relación.
What would you say is important to you about your work?
All I know is I'm just happy when I'm sort of lost working, you know, and the most important thing, I suppose, is what it does to me when I'm doing it.